G'day traders, welcome to the Trading Room blog for Wednesday the 30th of May. On the daily chart here, basically we're in an area where we're really consolidating this downtrend here. So it is seller's territory, we're below resistance levels, but at the moment it's an area where we're not really expecting to have one side particularly dominate, so really expecting both buyers and sellers to come in at any chance and have a go, and it's at the moment a bit of a 50-50 market. So what I've done is made a few changes. So as you've seen in the past, those that have seen some of these blogs, we were recording the first pullback of the 5-minute charts and also recording the 10-point trend and looking at the pullback retracement there. So those levels have been recorded and shown in past blog recordings. So if people want to keep on continuing to record those, I suggest go ahead and see what you can get from that information. But what I want to do as of today is keep in line with what's happening in the trading room, and basically we've got 3 automated systems being applied. So we've created some systems with some tight rules based around a 5-minute trade, a power fade trade, and a power point trade. So what I want to do is basically, you can see a little results tab here. So each month start again and just record how each system's going. But also what I would want to do is look at potential areas that came up and explain a little bit more about each system. So just for staying with the 5-minute system, on this particular day, we push down this area here. So we've actually got a 5-minute setup here. So this trade was void just because of the fact that the predictive crossed up and crossed down in quite quick concession. So obviously this automated trade, what we're looking for is a continuation area. That's what it's based on. Trend, get the pullback or retracement, and then a continuation of the trend, and naturally the moving average pointing down and the predictive crossing up, and then eventually crossing down will give us that nice flow, and that's the sort of edge we're looking to apply and looking to move forward with that. So when it crosses in quick concession like that, that actually creates a void area. So even though this particular area works, you can see it's very sideways and a very 50-50 area, so one we don't really want to be a part of. From there it's pushed lower. I'd consider this basically the first trend. We've then pulled back here, so this is something that we're definitely interested in, and if we've got the 5-minute sell here, definitely look at taking it. And it was actually one tick from getting the automated entry there. It just came a little bit too close to the low, but this is what we're looking for. Trend, pullback, continuation of the trend. From there we pushed a bit lower, and then we're starting to get a second pullback here. So this is the second pullback, and then the predictive cross down, so we're looking for a continuation of these sellers. So at this stage we're starting to get a little bit extended, but still the moving average is pointing down. Certainly not the best setup on the downside, but going with the overall automatic system, it's still one that could be taken and had every chance of working. Just at the time, some of the other marks were pushing up. So when the predictive average crossed up here and this area failed, this area is what we call a 5-minute directional buy, and certainly looked like it was an area that was going to push higher, and a lot of the other marks were starting to push higher too as soon as this downside area did fail. From there we pushed up a bit higher, and basically at this resistance level here we've been topped out, and then from there the market's got a heap of momentum on the downside. It looked like they were really looking to push lower to finish off the day, and you can see breaking the cash market lows here. We popped up here, and you can see we've got a 5-minute signal here. So because the moving average is pointing down, you actually look to take this one as a fade. So again, it's with the sellers, not too bad of a setup, but the fact it's come right back into this range makes it a little bit more of a difficult one. But still, as far as an automated trade, still definitely look to take it as a sell and would have worked. But this one came at 3:30, so we actually stopped trading right on 3:30. So it actually came one candle too late. So that's the power fade. Sorry, the 5-minute setups. As for the power fade setups, what I wanted to take you through each day, and you can see these white markers. Now the power fade setups is based on, rather than a continuation trend like the 5-minute system, it's based on basically the market breaking areas or starting a new trend. So what I want to do is mark significant areas, and from this you guys can see that and mark the same areas at your own time as well. In the trading room, what we do is put a line once we do form a significant swing low, swing low, or swing high area, and that makes it easy to be seen. So when we do come back and test the area and look to break out of it, we can see the power fade setup coming. So what's happened here is to explain the power fade a little bit more. We've pushed down, here we've popped up, and then we've pushed down again. So what we'll do is put a line across here. If the market comes back and tests this area, which it never did do, but if it did come back, what we're looking for is to get a bit of a bounce and then push through with other markets that are pointing upside and look for it to power fade and get a break to the upside and start forming a new trend. Okay, so this is a swing high point. We've never came back and tested this one. From there we've pushed lower, and we see we've bounced the way here. We've formed a pivot here. Okay, so this is a swing low. We did come back and test this area here, but the market pushed straight through it without any bounce first of all, so that area became void. This area here we've popped up and pushed down again, so if the market from anywhere around this area here came back and tested it, we certainly would have been looking for the power fade to break this area here, but you can see the market hasn't come back and tested it until later on, but by that stage it's too late because we've set another swing low down here. So from there we've pushed lower. There's a little bit of a swing low here, but when you look at the 1 minute chart, it wasn't anything really significant. Then we have come here, so what we're looking for is at least the market to pull back, say 5 points or so. So we've formed a swing low here, so come back. If the market pushed down and there was a heap of other market support around this area here, we would have looked to power fade the downside here, but the market's never come back to that area. We've pushed up here and then come away, so this is again a swing high. So this one here wasn't so much looking for the 1 minute breakout or power fade trade, just because this retracement area is quite shallow, but it is significant because the market's starting to change and form a bit of pressure to the upside. So we're looking at for more of the 5 minute directional setup, and if you follow that one, we're looking for basically a trend and then looking for a new trend to start. So we push down, we pop up here, so it's way too early to take it here. We want to come back and then get confirmation that we're going to push through and break that area, and as soon as it starts breaking that area, look for the directional trade and that trend to continue. So that 5 minute directional trade based on breaking this swing high point here. And then this area here, you can see we pushed up, formed a significant high area, so if the market had come down and then come back at it, certainly would have looked to power fade there, but again it hasn't tested it. And then right at the end of the day, I mean, this was never going to really come back and be tested, and it did not until right after 4 o'clock, but still it marked it anyway, it's a significant low point. So you can see no power fade systems yet, trade systems yet. But hopefully from that you can see, throughout the day, even though there was no systems, basically, many times we had potential areas where it could come back and test, but it just never really eventuated to happen. And the only time it really tested it was this one here, but it pushed straight through, and what we need is the bounce to make it a more consistent and reliable area. And also we got this one here, but it wasn't the 1 minute breakout trade or power fade trade. It was more based on the 5 minute charts that we've pushed through without any sort of confirmations there. So that's the power fade trade, but certainly some of the setups will come, and we'll get some valid setups over the next couple of days. As for the power points, what we're looking for over here is, again, a bit like the 5 minute trade, we're looking for a continuation. So we're looking for a trend, the market to bounce, and then get a continuation of that trend. So with the PowerPoint setups, we can allow for the setup to occur within pre-market as long as the actual entry of the trade happens in the cash market. So you can see here we've basically got 1, 2, 3, 4 PowerPoints on the same side. So what we're looking for is 3 PowerPoints at least or more on the same side, and then look, so that's the trend. So 1, 2, 3, 4, look for it to bounce and take the next PowerPoint to sell and get a continuation of that trend. So here's the trend, bounce, sell. So this one here worked. We also need the Williams supporting it. So what we need for a sell trade, we need the Williams above the 50% line. So what that means, the market, as it's hitting this PowerPoint, is a little bit overbought, meaning it's due for a bit of a push down. Okay, so if this Williams was sitting under the 50% line, we wouldn't look to take it. So that one had the Williams support and worked quite well. You see you can bounce between PowerPoints there. Eventually now we've got 3 lower PowerPoints here again. So we've gone through the sideway period. We've now formed a new downtrend. So you can see on the 5 minute charts, this is the area here we're looking at. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Now we've got at least 3 PowerPoints on the downside, so we're looking for some sort of bounce. We came up here, bounced, and there again we've got the 2 points there, and the Williams supporting it because it's above that 50% line. From there, momentum started to change, and then we started to push up. Again, on the 5-minute chart, this is where we started to get all those buyers come in. So, and it's again the the PowerPoint trend or trades do a good job of picking up the overall direction of the market. So as soon as we get 3 PowerPoints on the upside, like we have here, no lower PowerPoints hit. Again, that signals that certainly the trend is changing, and we're now looking for buyers on these PowerPoints. This was potentially a really good area. And what happened is this PowerPoint kept resetting. It came close and then bounced, came close and bounced, and eventually we did come down, but it was a lot lower, and it pushed through this one. So this one would have been a fail, and because this is a buy PowerPoint, so we've got an uptrend, come back, buy. We need the Williams to be in the bottom below the 50%, which it is down here, to look to get a continuation of that uptrend. But even though it's a bit of a peculiar setup, again it's within an automated system, so we just need to keep on taking them, and then that's where the strength of the system is. So this particular day, 3 PowerPoint setups and 2 out of the 3 work. So you can see this kind of setup, especially when the market's ranging a fair bit and trending, it will be one of the certainly the more aggressive trading systems of the 3, and you'll see regularly probably 1 or 2 of these trades a day, and overall probably anywhere between 5 and 10 trades a week from it. Probably not so much 10, maybe more like 5 to 8, depending on how the markets are trending. Of course, we will get slower markets, and then the setups will start to drop off a little bit. So that's a wrap up for the Wednesday, and we'll speak to you guys on Thursday.